A woman walks into a hair salon with chicken's blood in her hair. She has a stylist wash it out. The stylist's 4-year-old daughter mysteriously and suddenly dies the next day. Let's talk about this. Welcome back, YouTube. And for those who do not know me, hello. My name is Noah, and on this channel we talk about death, true crimes, haunted people, places, and things, spiritual reparations, and how you can fuck around and find out. If you're not subscribed to your bestie, please subscribe. And if you're not following me over on TikTok, Instagram, or Facebook, follow me there as well. I know we're in a new environment, okay, but we are right across from the old environment. This is Noah's side, and the Black Cauldron is over there. But I wanted to come and speak a little Japanese about this situation that has gone super viral over on TikTok and Facebook. It is tragic, and I think there's a lot of misinformation being spread. So I'm going to go ahead and do a reading on it and give my opinion because I know what my people are telling me. We can't believe the hype and everything. But before we even get into it, we got to give a special shout out to the sponsors of this video, Psychic Source. Now, I have been reading with a lot of people on Psychic Source. I am building a roster for y'all of readers that I would recommend to you. Okay? There is one reader that I really don't even want to share her. I don't. Sorry, I don't want to share her. This is Miss Dara. And she is, she's amazing. I've already had like 5 readings with her. She is just that thorough. She is a expert, if you'll say, in several different African modalities. She's what I've been looking for this whole time. You can tell whenever a reader is about they shit. All right. Anytime they are praying in one language and another, you know she's talking to spirit. So I highly recommend her. I mean, I love Miss Simone as well. Y'all done booked her out, poor baby. Congratulations, because she's booked out, and I'm sure you guys are gonna get Miss Dara as well. But she was just one of my favorite, top 3. So go ahead and get your psychic reading. And of course, if you use the link down below, you get up to 40 minutes for $19.80. That's a dub, okay? Go ahead and get y'all readings. So, of course, I'm nosy, right? And I use my critical thinking skills whenever I see things that I feel like are rage bait. And I'll tell you why, but I want you to watch the video, and I'm going to put a couple of videos in there with it. As always, I'll link the creator down below, but just look at this.
I need you to wash the chicken blood out of her hair.
Why do you have chicken blood in your hair, though? Stop. I'm really curious. Like, how does that even happen? You gotta pack our chicken.
That's crazy. She got a Haitian brother. Who actually do this.
Yeah, I said I'm on. Don't nobody give a fuck about you, Fanny. Fan that ass.
Look at
Yeah, y'all see her. Hold on, baby.
love when you do my hair.
I just love when I do y'all hair too. Oh.
This man mad. Like, God, what
Baby, what's going on down in Florida? I'm gonna need the Haitians and the Floridians to come to the front. So this girl did another girl her, but the kicker is the girl came in with chicken blood in her damn hair. So she told her assistant to wash the girl hair or whatever, and so the assistant was asking like, why do you even have chicken blood in your hair in the first place? The girl didn't answer her at all, but you can hear a dude saying something about voodoo or whatever. So y'all tell me why the very next day this girl, baby, her healthy 4-year-old child was dead. The very next day after doing this girl hair. And then I was looking at some of the comments, and it was like she came to that shop looking drained and depleted, and she left that shop looking like a new person. Basically, like she sucked the girl energy, or she did something crazy with her energy. But I watched that video over about 12 times to see everything that everybody was talking about. And I did. And it was creepy as hell because her eyes look so evil. Like, it looked like it's nothing in her eyes at all. It just looked like you could see straight to her soul, and her soul ain't talking about nothing good at all. But y'all tell me what's going on in the comments, because I don't know nothing about no voodoo. I ain't never heard of no chicken blood sacrifice. So
To wash the chicken blood out of her hair.
Wait, why do you have chicken blood in your hair though? Stop. I'm really curious. Like, how does that even happen? You gotta crack our chicken.
Man, you got a Haitian brother who actually do this.
So she. Don't nobody give a fuck about you, Fanny. Fan that ass.
So hold the front door. We're about to talk about this right now. Now, judging by what I observed from the video, now we're speculating here because I don't know the whole story. Oh, girl, she had went and got some spiritual work done. I think I kind of know what it is, but I'm not 100% sure. However, when it comes to spiritual hygiene, when it comes to spiritual work, you are supposed to be in isolation. And when it comes to cleaning up and, doing what you got to do as far as like with, after the ritual is done, whatever, you are responsible for cleaning up and removing whatever you have to remove, or the practitioner who did your work, assists in helping you, making sure you remove it properly. That all depends on whatever the type of work is. And when it's complete, you go about your day and you go live your life, you go to the salon, whatever. However, when stuff gets done to your head, you have to be mindful of who touches your head. That's the key point that I do want to make. The next thing is we're going to talk about energy. Energy cannot be destroyed. Energy can be moved or it can be transferred. So depending on what was going on with that girl, what she had going on, there's a possibility that that energy did transfer to the stylist. Every time I talk about spiritual protection, that is a prime example of you don't know what people got going on. You don't know what people are sending you. You end up taking on that energy, and now, you're compromised. So let's just say, hypothetically, she did bring whatever energy to the salon and did not know that, you're supposed to take care of certain things by yourself. And that energy transferred to the stylist. Nothing happened to the stylist, but something happened to the stylist child, because they don't have strong spiritual protection. Negative energy, it hits people who don't have, who have weak points, who don't have strong protections. And this is hypothetically speaking. I do send my sincerest condolences to the stylist, her family, for, the situation that they're in. I'm not sure or 100% sure if it's related to that person who came into the salon. However, it is a coincidence, and it is very possible that things like this can happen to anybody. It's very possible that, people pick up these energies and then they go to a practitioner and they're like, I don't know where the hell I got these negative entities, these attachments, these energies from. Sometimes you got it because it transferred onto you because you don't have spiritual protection. Now, there's a very strong lesson here. 1, be careful who touches your head. 2, be careful of whose head you touch. And 3, always have spiritual protection. Protect you, protect your loved ones. Make sure, if you're in a business of serving people and you're always surrounded by other people's energy, you never know what energy you end up picking up. And I do a lot of readings for a lot of people, a lot of clients, and they end up having energies that they don't understand where it came from. Things like that do happen. It happens in real life. It doesn't matter what you believe in. You can be covered by the blood of Jesus, whatever. It happens. Spiritual protection is very, very important. And a lot of y'all do not have that.
And that's how you end up with these negative attachments, negative entities, and potentially, you know, if you're not strong enough, things happen. So I want to add more to what I said in my previous video. When you get a spiritual cleanse, where things are done to you, herbs are being used, animal sacrifices, whatever, you are supposed to isolate. You're not supposed to be around people, especially when you get a cleanse, especially when you're doing protection work. You need to let the work marinate. A ritual was done. Things do take time. You're supposed to isolate. Based off this screenshot, she was given information that, just leave it in for an hour. I don't know what cleanses people do where they only leave it on for an hour and then they're allowed to wash it off right away. It's a lot of money that you be paying for cleanses just to remove it. Workings, they do take time, and you want to leave it on you as long as you can so that it sticks, the forces, it stays. And then after you start to get a little dusty or whatever, then you wash it off. You wash it off. You wash it off by yourself. You wash it, you wash your hair. So you're supposed to do the hygiene part by yourself. You're supposed to take that stuff off by yourself, or you be assisted by the practitioner who did the work for you. It's supposed to stay on for a period of certain days. Unfortunately, based off what she said, it seems like she did not get proper guidance. I don't know who the practitioner is, don't really care to know, but it's very important for you to be careful and be mindful who you go to get spiritual work done, who touches your head, who do rituals for you, who opens up portals, attach spirits to you, and they give you bad information. They put you at risk, they put other people at risk. They may very well have good intentions, but unfortunately, they're not taught, or maybe this is a come up for them, or whatever. There's just so many reasons why things could go wrong. And that's why it's important to be careful of who you go to. Be mindful of the practitioner you are getting work done by.
I usually say coincidence. I think the fuck not. But something in my discernment says this is actually really just a fucking coincidence. Now, does this type of stuff happen? Yes. It absolutely, positively happens all the time. My Haitian homegirls, they tell me about it. I hear about it throughout the community. People dying, people being sacrificed in the spiritual realm. It is absolutely something that happens, right? But we have to put our thinking caps on, right? Because if us initiated Elekes and warriors carrying Mambos, Ugans, priestess, crown people truly believe that our spirits would kill a innocent child, then we are in the wrong pantheon. We have lost the plot. Most of these spirits love children and had children of their own when they walked this earth. There's no way that this was something done to this baby by an African spirit. Okay, unless it was the dark African spirits, because they exist as well. The cemetery, the death, right? But it wouldn't have been the baby. It wouldn't have been the baby. It would have been the person that washed her hair. So let me just back up some because I'm getting ahead of myself. The woman who had the chicken blood has been commenting online underneath these videos, this smear campaign against her, right? Because everything is up for speculation, unless you know. If you know, you know, right? And she says she does practice Santeria, but she does not do any evil. She went and got a cleanse before her hair appointment. She also said she left it in because she did not know that she was behind on heads. I don't really know how that correlates. I don't know, right? But then she do go on to say that I needed to leave it in for an hour. And if I would have known that, I would have waited. All of this to say, we don't know what this cleanse was. We don't know who her godparents that performed the cleanse is. We don't know. But to say it was voodoo is willfully ignorant. And the CIA is laughing. Because we know there's duality to every African spiritual religion, right? We know there's duality to Christianity too. It's all throughout the Bible. So it's kind of like you really don't know what you're talking about because you don't know the practice and we weren't in the room. Sometimes shit like this is dark. It is. I won't sit up here and say she didn't do it, but I will not say that she did. Because practicing voodoos, Santeria, Regla de Ocha, Ifa, those spirits do not do things like that. They don't. Now, Beron, hold on, there's some exceptions to the rule, but you have to be damn within your right to request something, okay? And you better have something to give. I only see Orisha Loa doing something such as unaliving, because I can't say it, the little persons, if it was an eye for an eye. Like, they unalive their, that is the only reason why I would ever think that they would approve of this. And we know that not to be true. So now, to me, we don't need to be questioning necessarily her. We need to be questioning the practitioner. Because remember, she didn't do her cleanse. She didn't put the blood in her hair. She didn't put the energy on her Ori. They did. And even then, we do not know. Okay? We do not know. Because nobody was there. And to me, this is not, just in my opinion, but I will play with the opinion that it was, all right? I will also, on the other hand, play the devil's advocate, if you will. Oh, and I forgot to say, because there's a lot of differing opinions about this lady, right? Somebody even came online and was like, I knew her. She was dark as fuck. Like, I, used to hustle at a hotel with her. She was into some dark shit. I left it alone. But then we have this lady. She said, I didn't look depleted because I was there to sacrifice. I looked depleted because I was high as fuck. And I had been running around all day. If I did think that this was her or the practitioner, I would say that this was not only a form of destiny swapping, but it was a form of energy siphoning. Additionally, I would be ready to whoop asses, because why did that lady insist that she wash it out? Why didn't that lady turn her away? Okay, there are so many different parts and moving parts of this. Even though I don't think my spirits did it, okay, the ones I love, does not mean a spirit did not do it. But why didn't she turn her away? All money is not good money. It just is not. And the quicker we realize that, and the quicker y'all start using y'all discernment, the better. Blood, typically, whenever you are doing rituals, holds a lot of energy. It holds ashe. It's a very, very sacred process. Blood rituals and cleanses has to be done by somebody that absolutely knows what the fuck they're doing. Like, not no backyard babalao, not no Iphania, no. Someone that knows the game and how to do it correctly. If this was from that, then it would have gone to the person who is washing the hair, because she came into direct contact with this blood. It doesn't usually skip over to the baby or somebody else, That's just not what I typically have heard, It has to be a target on that mother's back. And it has to be specifically to that child. I just don't understand why this was even a thing. Like, blood is biohazard. Is you cool? Like, no, this shouldn't have been a thing. And I've seen a lot of people, it's so much misinformation going on. I've seen a lot of people online like, cleanse with chicken blood. That doesn't sound right. They're just yapping. Nobody knows because it's a closed practice. We do shit behind closed doors. And while I've never ever gotten blood on my head or whatever the case is, I have had people, experienced people, babas, what have you, they have given me cleanses with pigeons. Okay. So it's like every person does it different. I know someone who went through their initiation and had to keep on their chicken's blood for like days. Like days. They could not shower. Okay. And it wasn't a lot of it. It was just like right at the tip of the RE and on the forehead. So whenever people that don't dabble in African spirituality automatically be like, oh, that's not how you do it. You don't know how we do it because nobody tells how we exactly do it. I don't even tell y'all exactly how it is done. This is what I think. I think the internet is going about this the wrong way. First of all, y'all brought Haitians into this shit, and Haitians don't practice Santeria. The propaganda, you see what I'm saying? Secondly, you have to do your research. If she said that she practices Santeria, then all you motherfuckers that want to be Oshun and Yemoja and all this other stuff, yeah, them is them spirits. I mean, I don't know, y'all. It's just giving that y'all love whenever Beyonce do it. But it's the devil when regular people do it. There's an underlying issue. So my opinion of the video, because I've been tagged 1,000,001 times, is that that's not what it was. Am I saying that that lady that happened to was not crossed? No. But I do not believe that that lady's cleanse directly affected that lady's daughter. That's skipping over too much energy. But I'm going to do a reading and we're going to find out. I prayed off camera just for protection. My hat is covering my Ori just to make sure I am not picking up energy. And the first question that I want to know is, Spirit, is the woman with the chicken's blood in her hair, you know what I'm talking about because I've already told you, is she responsible for that lady's baby passing? I'm done and I got a very interesting answer. Okay, so the first cards that I pulled was the Queen of Wands clarified by the King of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands is usually the mystic woman, right? Very confident in what she does, has a lot of aura. The King of Pentacles is more of a structured man, okay? One that likes to take more of a practical approach to things, or someone that's trying to control the narrative that is being ran. To me, this looks like a babalao. But when you put these two cards together, because it means something totally different whenever they come together and they're like this, it tells me that the spiritualist is her. And then this archetype takes that more practical road, but he's also spiritual. They are discussing what is going on because now everything is under a lens, if that makes sense. So their religion is being questioned. There's a lot of scrutiny, a lot of accusations, her look. I believe that this woman is consulting her babalao, godfather, whomever. And it may not just be a babalao. It could be a couple of them or someone that they may consider like a spiritual mentor or what have you, right? Because she also got the Ace of Wands in reverse and the King of Cups. And this tells me that someone is trying to balance out the emotions and the chaos that's going on right now, trying to make it emotionally stable because it's just a bunch of chaos. These two together also talks about how someone is trying to stay calm whenever they are panicking. inside. To be accused of doing that, I would crash out too. It talks about being shocked, having grief, and your aura is just fucked up. You know, no vitality. There's nothing to be happy about at this point. The next two cards that she got was the Seven of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. What's interesting about the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, it signifies someone that is impatient, someone that is longing for success. It also is someone who feels like they're being treated unfairly, underappreciated. And then you got the Five of Swords in reverse, and this is resentment. And it's also people doing anything they can to win at all costs. So all of these think pieces, people accusing her. I don't know if the family is accusing her. I don't know. But it's people trying to get what they need out, run the narrative that they want. And it's all in the name of tearing you down, low-key. The last two cards that she got is the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And this pair is the most interesting to me because usually whenever you got the Six of Pentacles in reverse, it talks about an imbalance. It also talks about misplacing blame. Yeah. Unequal treatment, unfair treatment. And the Page of Pentacles in reverse often points to misinformation, misunderstanding, drawing conclusions too quickly. The whole situation is becoming unbalanced socially. People running their yappers without actually doing the research. This is why all of her cards is upside down now. This is viral, like, rumor energy. It's a lot of energy, he say, she say, and then people regurgitating it and still getting it wrong. So this reading does not surprise me. And since she came out as a Queen of Wands, I may add, that is a very spiritual person. They're usually not associated with baneful work. And that was said in her post. She said, I do practice Santeria, but I do not do evil. And in the grand scheme of things, you have to be careful with people. And I'm going to tell you why. Spirit, what's going to be the outcome for this woman? Spiritually and worldly, physically, emotionally. Y'all better be careful what y'all say about that lady. Okay? She got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the High Priestess. The Eight of Pentacles does not surprise me at all within this reading, only because this is kind of like I cannot focus on my normal life. It knocked her off of her day-to-day scheduling, right? What she does on a normal day-to-day basis, because this has enamored her. This is all everybody is talking about. You can't really focus at this point. If someone's struggling to return to normalcy after their core has been shooken. And then she has the Ace of Swords. That is mental clarity. Swords always have to do with a clear mind. So right now, yes, she's going through it. Her normalcy, her aura has been knocked out of balance, but then she's going to wake up and learn something from this. Because that Eight of Pentacles is, what did I do wrong? That's that energy. Like, did I do something wrong to cause all of this unbalance? But the Ace of Swords kind of mellows that out. The Ace of Swords is also a truth card. Any confusion, any lies, any rumors, it cuts right through that. So eventually the truth will come out. Now, will the truth be as loud as the accusation, Spirit? No. But ain't that how it works? It's unfortunate. But one thing that this did do for her is make her realize the world that she's in. And it also made her spiritually stronger. And this is why I said, be careful, don't play with people. Because she comes out of this the High Priestess, the ultimate spiritualist. My tarot card by my birthday is the High Priestess, and we ain't nothing to joke with at all. It wouldn't surprise me if she also was a High Priestess by her birthday. Not only is she going to zone in on her strength, powers, psychic ability, intuition, discernment, she's also going to be spiritually aware. She's going to learn exactly what happened, and she's gonna know before even the mama know. She probably already know now, and she knows that was not me. Okay? None of these cards scream baneful magic at all. There is no devil card. There's no tower card. There is no nothing. Like, not a single thing. Not a single. No, this is not giving that. There are very, very clear and concise signs that somebody is doing baneful magic. The devil, the tower paired with swords. It's another telltale sign. The magician reversed. Moon with swords. Swords. 10 of swords. 9 of swords. Not a single one. Okay? The only source that she got was positive. She's about to go through her second spiritual awakening, and she's going to come out more powerful than she was. All in all, I spoke Japanese, I did a reading, and I've come to the conclusion that no, I do not think that this young lady is responsible. The cards point to her scrambling, being embarrassed, for one. Being embarrassed, trying to clear her name, feeling like this isn't fair. Just very, very fraught energy. Okay, her turning to her spiritual leaders for help, for counsel. So I really don't see anything concerning. But I will say that y'all be careful what y'all say about people's practices and about what people are or are not doing. Because if you happen to be wrong and put that on her, her ancestors is going to beat your ass. You know, her spirits. Because I'm pretty sure she's initiated. She gotta be. I'd be surprised if she wasn't. But Orisha definitely knows her. Her ancestors definitely know her. So we have to be very careful. Of course, this video is for entertainment purposes. I don't know shit about nothing. I'm just listening to spirits. Spirit said, no. That is all for today, YouTube. And if you would like me to cover a person, place, or topic, comment it down below. You can also tag me on any social platform that I'm on. And please don't say shit about my pictures. I never realized they were crooked or displaced. Oh my goodness. Don't forget to go book Miss Dara. She is the truth. I'm going to be linking the Psychic Source link down below. I'm also going to put her profile down below because we are starting our Psychic of the Week series, okay? Where I've vetted these psychics and I bring them to you guys. And until next time, do good, be good, stay safe, be nice, be kind. It costs nothing. Lay y'all down.